Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. On our live stream for this evening, we are starting the evening out here off of Rancho, just next to the Santa Fe station out here in northwest Las Vegas. It is almost dark out here. We're gonna hit the highway here in just a moment. Been pretty pleasant, especially considering there's snow up on the mountain. That mountain being Mount Charleston. We had that video there. Hey Robert, welcome. But let's see what's going on here. And go home. Thank you for being here. What my content is here. Okay, so there we go. And then I just need to find this one setting here real fast. But your videos, right. And then go there. I don't know what they're doing. So I set it to monetize, but then I can't seem to figure that out right now. Oh, buffering. Sorry about that. Let me get out of here. All right. It's not a good thing for us. All right, so this is Rancho right here, and Lone Mountain. So we're gonna make a right here and get out of this area. Find our way over to the interstate here. So Rancho, just behind us here, starts out nowadays being birthed out of the US 95 / Interstate 11, but originally this used to be the original thoroughfare business route, US 95 it's now called. You can see here in front of us, Big Dog's Draft House. That is one of the very, very cool places. Happy hour specials, it says there. Food's really, really good in there. They have a Wisconsin type of theme in there. So certainly the Badgers and Packers are you see a lot of Packers and Badgers type of paraphernalia on their walls in there. But I'm not a fan of either, but I certainly respect it. So we're on Craig now, and I'm gonna head out here to the highway real quick. Wanted to try and go to the other way, but it looked like I was gonna be buffering, and I did not want that to happen. So here we are on Craig. Earlier today, went up to Mount Charleston, since there was snow up there, but most of the snow is actually starting to melt off. It's almost all gone up there. And so, I'm not sure why. But temperatures were right around 44 degrees, so that's probably why it's melting. This is Rainbow here, which closely parallels the interstate, or US 95 / Interstate 11. Right here. But on the way back down the mountain, hey Henry, thank you so very, very much for being here. We appreciate you. Awesome. Yes, on the way back down I didn't get out there. You know, there was no parking out there, and thank God I wasn't out there with my family, because we've talked about going up there to see the snow there, and even in the spots that said no parking, it was jam-packed out there. So unfortunately I didn't get to build a snowman, but as I'm coming back down the mountain, there's a horse standing in the middle of the roadway. I can't wait to upload that video when I get home and show you guys that. There's a horse, and so I was 2 cars behind the horse there on Kyle Canyon Road, and the lead car had its window down, and I looked like they were feeding him or something. I don't know what they were doing. You're not supposed to do that, but they were spending a substantial amount of time with the horse's head inside the vehicle. So finally the horse pulled his head out, and then he went ahead and started to kind of slowly move. So that car took off, and then the truck in front of me slowly got by him. and then he started to move right in front of me, and I got all this on camera, so you guys will get to see it. But really cool stuff. And I thought for a moment he was going to try and eat the hood ornament, because he got like, his face was right over the hood ornament. And I'm like, oh no, what are you going to do? But he didn't, so, and he ended up moving himself out of the way, so that was cool. But then what was sad was there were a whole bunch of families up there that I saw, that started to park right along the roadway there. And so all the parents were trying to go up and pet the horse and stuff in the middle of the roadway where the horse is, where, you know, it's Kyle Canyon Road. It's, you know, you can't just walk up to the middle of Kyle Canyon Road and start a petting zoo. So, especially with your kids. So that was really odd. But, yeah, I'll post that video tomorrow and you guys will get to see it this week. Really interesting. It's funny because you see all the signs down there that talk about donkey crossing, horse crossing, deer crossing, and like, I've never, you never get to see them. And then for whatever reason today, I got to see one, so that was cool. That was really cool. But no pun intended, of course, because there's snow up there, but it was really cool. And gosh, I'm doing 70 and this guy wants to get, oh my gosh. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys got to see, I got to run into a long time channel that I've watched for a few years now. I'm a fan of commercial airliners. That's another one of my nerd things. I love commercial jets. Military jets somewhat, but not as much as the commercial jets. I grew up with, you know, DC-10s, 727s and all that. So last week I got to see Cali Planes, and that was awesome. He was down on Fremont. I got to show him Legacy Club there at Circa and stuff, and it was cool getting to see another streamer, but certainly one that I've been watching for a few years now. He usually does like San Fran Airport or LA Airport, because he lives like in Fresno or something, and he just goes to either one. It's like a 4-hour drive to either airport for him. But that was really cool getting to see him. Yes, Henry, exactly. And that's what I was worried about. Like, if that lead car was actually feeding him, I'm like, oh no. Because they have signs up there along the roadway, right, to say, don't feed the animal, don't feed the wild animals. And yeah, if that lead car, if that's what they were doing. Now, they may have had food in the center console or something that maybe the horse smelled out. I don't know, but... Oh, thank you, Pretty Mama. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sal, his name is. Really cool guy there on Cali Plains. As we continue southbound here on US Highway 95 towards the Las Vegas Strip on this Saturday night. Thank you all so very much for being here and joining us. Yes, Conrad Kyle. I mentioned that in the videos too. Right on, Tobin. Thank you. So for the moment, you see the highway here is not under construction. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes, with the left lane, inside lane here, being an HOV lane, which makes no sense because so many people are so spread out all over this town. It's very rare that you're going to find someone that you actually work with that lives in the same part of town as you. Yes, Pretty Mama, I've been talking about that with my wife. I need to get down there and do some more, yes. The thing is, with LAS, they don't have the big boys, right? As they do certainly at LA and San Fran. But I do plan to get down there as we go around what they call the big curve here on US 95 to curve back eastbound for the moment. But yes, definitely do plan to get down. They do have like 777s and stuff for British Airways that come in, and like there's an A3. Is it an A330 that I've seen Edelweiss Airlines fly? That's a big boy too. They do have the, yes, exactly, the Dreamliners. Good point, Pretty Mama. You're on it. That's good stuff. Pretty Mama likes the commercial jets too. That's awesome. So yeah, the HOV lane over here, you have the double white lines. You can't pass until you get into the little passing zones up here. And so that's a revenue-making opportunity for the police. In addition to finding single-occupant vehicles in the HOV lane. And there's been I think there's is it a city councilman here that's been railing against these things? Hey, absolutely, Robert, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hey, Ryan, welcome, buddy. Yeah, so he's been railing against the HOV lanes, wants to get rid of them, which I totally agree with for me personally, because they don't make a whole lot of sense. Again, because people aren't going to be commuting pretty much from the same area every day, because people live all over the place in this town. You know, they tried that in South Florida too, where you're bordered. Where growing up down there, of course, you're bordered by the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the Everglades on the other side. And you have Interstate 95 there, and they tried the HOV lanes there up and down 995, but the towns still were spread out to the west, so you weren't going to find very many folks to go from West Palm up to, you know, down to Fort Lauderdale, or vice versa, to go to work or something every day. The HOV lanes are not very good planning, in my humble opinion. I'm not a big fan of HOV lanes. Sorry about the blur there. Get that out of there. But traffic's pretty moderate out here on a Saturday night, heading in towards Las Vegas. You can see the message board overhead there says Eastern Avenue is 4 minutes away, Boulder Highway is 8 minutes away, and Sunset Road down in Henderson is 14 minutes away from this mark. I need to get over. As we approach Interstate 15 here. I'm going to try and take Interstate 15. It'll probably be backed up somewhat, but Google says it's still the fastest compared to like Decatur or Maryland Parkway or Paradise or something, so we'll try it out and see what happens. Pay-as-you-go express, wow. Yeah, so in South Florida they've done, whoa. See, why do they have it over this lane? That's, oh, okay, so it is here. You guys were scaring me there. These cars around here were scaring me there. Okay. So, they have what they call the Lexus lanes now down there. So the HOV lanes in Broward County and Miami-Dade County have been converted into what they call Lexus lanes, where you have to pay based upon time of day and how heavy the traffic is. So you could pay up to $20 to go 10 miles, essentially. If there's like an accident or something blocking all the lanes. Concord, yes. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Glad you got to see that. That's awesome. I wish they were still flying it, but they say the fuel costs way too much. Oh, it is that. That's what they do there up there. Okay, wow. These city planners, you know, it's funny, and I mentioned this in some of my videos too. To my own chagrin, right? Where they're like, they pile people in, and then they complain about the roads being too congested. And so they punish people, right? They punish us by making us pay more for the roads than we already did, because the roads have already been paid for by taxpayers. But now we're paying to use them again. And that's one of the big complaints about the Lexus lanes in South Florida. Because Interstate 95 was built a long time ago, of course, down there. So folks are like, why are we paying for this road again? But there is the strip in front of us. Tobin, did you see Steven's stream last night? He walked over to Trump Hotel. I'm curious if you saw his stream last night. I know you were on there with Vegas Unlocked, but I don't know if you were on watching Steven, because I got to see Steven's on the delay, not leaving Las Vegas. This Bronco, new Bronco with the taillight out on the right side there. That's not supposed to happen. Everything's LED now. So here we go, hitting the main part of Interstate 15 after being on the arterials the whole way here. And of course, it's a sea of red. Speed limit 35, it says up there. Oh, sorry about the blur, guys. Oh yeah, Tobin, I know. Yeah. The politics. I stay away from politics. I don't divulge or dive into any of that nonsense. It's too divisive in this country. Yeah, I totally agree, buddy. I like his comments on the economy. He's very well read on the economy and keeping up with what's going on. I like that kind of stuff because I like to know, how much things are costing and all of that. So yeah, he went into Trump Hotel last night, but he was on the outside first. Well, no, he went inside and then he came outside. And he showed something that I didn't know was there, and I'm going to show it later in the video. The blast holes from that event there at the Trump Hotel back in December. In the overhead, I'm not sure what you would call that. What do you call that? The overhang that hangs over where you go to pull up the park out in front of the hotel? You can see the blast marks up there. Speed limit 35 still. So yeah, HOV Monday through Friday, $250 fine, it says there. So since it's Monday to Friday, we'll go ahead and use it now. 2 or more. 6 to 8 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m. But it used to be a lot longer. They got it trimmed back down to those 4 hours. But I think it was like 6A to 10P or something like that. So it was the majority of the day was HOV, and the people were like, why do you have an HOV lane at 9 p.m. at night? Oh, thank you, Tobin, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not something that I want to get into at all. Yeah. Because there's so many other things going on in the world, honestly. So many other issues and all that, right? Here is 55 mile an hour, wow, on a Saturday night. Yeah, there were a lot of holes up there, and the fire marks from it up there. I did not notice that before. And I also noticed too, when I get the street lights always end up blurring the video, and I'm sorry about that, guys. Yes, absolutely, pretty mama. That's one of the reasons I love sports so much. It's about escapism. You forget about the issues of the day and all that, and go watch a game. That's one of the things I like about sports. There's Caesars there on the left, Bellagio. Yeah, so the prices at that one hotel he went into, though, Stephen, that he went into the Trump Hotel there, it was like, what, God, $24 for meatballs? Is that what it was? Something like that? No, it was $24 for chicken wings. And I think it was $20 for meatballs or something like that. I was like, wow. I've never been in there, so I didn't know what the prices were like, but yeah, that's too rich for me. And now we're at full stop. It's always this mess here at Tropicana that just keeps going on and on and on forever. The construction, the reconstruction of the Tropicana interchange up here. But see the lights here on a Saturday night on Las Vegas Strip from the highway. Speed limit 35, it says here. We are not in any danger of breaking that right now. You know, with these message boards and the way they do these speed limit signs like this now, it's a little reminiscent of like Dukes of Hazzard to me, right? It's like Roscoe P. Coltrane watching the Duke boys go by and the speed limit says 55 or whatever. And then as soon as the Duke boys are right upon that sign, there's like a lever that he presses and the sign flips down to 25. So then he's like, grr, 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 and he goes and chases after him and all that. I mean, the cops, it's like they can change the speed limit on you like that willy-nilly. They can pull you over for anything. That's pretty wild. Yeah, Mount Charleston was packed up there. I couldn't believe how many people were up there. And you know, on the message boards on the roadway on US 95, it said snow chains or four-wheel drive required on Kyle Canyon Road. So I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get up there. I have a rear-wheel drive. I'm not going to be able to get up there. I get on there and I'm like, you know, I'll just go as far as I can, whatever. Hey, Michael, welcome, buddy. I get up there and go as far as I can, and there's no one up there. I mean, there's no one regulating snow chains and four-wheel drive. And the roads were all clear, so there wasn't any problem. In fact, they were so clear that I went into some of the neighborhoods up there. I was able to get some footage of some of the homes that we got back in, was that October up there? But only this time with snow on them. A veritable winter wonderland here in February. And there is, So now going underneath Tropicana. And over on our right here, we're going to have Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders, NFL football team. Yeah, it would be fine. Traffic would be fine southbound here if it weren't for the construction. Traffic northbound on the 15 is almost always a disaster. I'm going to go ahead and get over here and exit. Actually, I think our next exit. Oops, I missed Russell. That's all right. Mandalay Bay. Michael Jackson 1, Cirque du Soleil. And House of Blues. That's a pretty cool venue. Been in there a couple of times to eat. I haven't been in there for a concert. .215 East. We've got, I hear a siren somewhere. And you can see the planes. There's one about to approach there on the right coming in. I'll take 215 East to Las Vegas Boulevard. On final for, what is that, one right? Do you know, Pretty Mama? You're a plane spotting fan. I think that's runway 1 right, the diagonal one. Are you gonna get over? Okay. We'll circle back and head back north on the strip here. I missed the exit there at Russell. So 215 East. Yeah, so another piece of news that came out this week was that the Super Bowl weekend, last weekend, was down 40% from last year. In Vegas. They say Vegas is the second highest visited town next to the Super Bowl city itself. But then when you look behind that number, the Super Bowl was held here last year, so it's down 40%. Rental car return right there for anyone looking to return your rental cars. Right there off of, what is that, Bermuda and Gillespie? There's one of those in there. When I first moved here, I lived off of Silverado Ranch Boulevard and Las Vegas Boulevard for 3 months while house hunting, and actually got to know that area of town before I did any other. And then I ended up buying a home over off of Warm Springs and Valle Verde in Green Valley North before I ended up having to leave that house because I had a very bad neighbor that I had to deal with. And yeah, he was a very interesting individual, I'll say that. Yes, 2 years, absolutely, Michael. That's and it's very deceiving when they say, "Oh, down 40%," but it's because it was here last year, right? So, okay, so I'm gonna. Did I pass it? How did that happen? All right, I'm gonna take Sunset. But that's all right. It's the journey here on the Vegas Dawn channel. Yep, they changed the name of the airport there. So I would go through the tunnel, but then that would put me up at Tropicana, and I'd end up missing Mandalay Bay and all that. So I don't want to miss Mandalay Bay and the Luxor. Plus, I might lose my signal going through the tunnel. Yeah, Vegas Unlocked had a fun stream last night. They're being down on Fremont there. It was actually a little more crowded than I thought it would be because of Valentine's Day. Oh, thank you, pretty mama. Yes, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate all of you being here. So the exit for Sunset is right here. Vehicles with hazardous or explosive material must exit here, it says. They don't want you in the tunnel underneath the main runway of the airport with that kind of stuff. So here we go to Sunset. They still have that 35-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. Nobody ever does 35 in there, in the airport tunnel. That's funny. So totally dark now. 6:10 p.m. They have a sign there for NHP, Nevada Highway Patrol. How many people actually look for the Nevada Highway Patrol? Usually they're looking for you, right? Got a bus sitting right here in front of us. Awesome, Michael. Yes, 2 weeks. Very cool. $99. Wow, good for them. Awesome. Yeah, they work hard, those guys. They're out there dealing with all those inebriated individuals down there. Wow, good for them. Yes, Henry. You know what? That's I certainly agree with you, and I still call it that. I mean, it's so hard to transition and stuff. So yeah, I still call it McCarran. And there's a McCarran Street up in North Las Vegas. I say that all the time too, and I'm like, oh, and that's the name of the airport. Well, whoops, no, it's not anymore, I guess. But yeah. So there is the Strip, the Sphere, all this, and the airport right there in front of us. Of course, you can't see the planes for the most part there. Looks like there's a Delta tail passing in between us there. Planet Chaos in the builds. Right on, Planet Chaos. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys haven't seen Planet Chaos's channel, please throw him a like and subscribe. He is awesome. He and his wife do some awesome live streams here in Vegas. They usually start out right around the Cosmo, if I'm not mistaken there, Planet. My pleasure, Planet Chaos. I'm sorry you didn't get to meet up with Papi Chulo last night. I was trying to get you guys coordinated, and they ended up going outside the front of the link there and stuff, and I was like, but then I saw you ended up meeting up with that rapper there at the, he's almost usually always there at Flamingo, right? Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. New contracts, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, Planet Chaos. Please do throw him a like and subscribe. Really, really awesome dude. They were out last night at Maggiano's for Valentine's Day. What's your review for dinner last night there at Maggiano's? Planet Chaos. Planet Chaos. We had Vegas Unlocked a couple weeks ago. We got Planet Chaos. That's awesome. I will actually, Lucas. That's something I've been thinking about doing since they've renamed that part of town. It's a Filipino town. I need to get in there and do that. It's right there next to, or is it's part of Seafood City, isn't it? I think it's, but it's, I know it's right next door to it. Right in there at, off of Maryland Parkway, just north of Flamingo. Great, awesome, awesome, PK. Yeah, they do. These guys, Planet Chaos, they'll stay out till like 2, 3 in the morning, and then they go back to the, you know, their regular jobs during the week. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you'll find them out doing lives on the Las Vegas Strip. Really, really awesome people. He just passed 16,000 subscribers, so he's doing something right. And in my humble opinion, he's absolutely doing something right. That's a really, really fun channel to watch. So if you're on the East Coast, PK usually gets started about what, 7 or 8-ish Pacific, so 10 or 11-ish Eastern as we pass the welcome to Las Vegas, fabulous Las Vegas sign there. Hey, thank you, PK. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you, buddy. Pinball Hall of Fame over here on the right. The ad there for Eddie Griffin. They're heading downtown. Oh, I'm going to be down there. All right. Right on. I'll see you down there, buddy. Right on. Food Fest. Oh, is that what's going on? Okay. I didn't even know. That's cool. Right on. I will see you guys down there. Get away from this blurry screen here. Yikes. See you soon, buddy. Be safe out there. Mandalay Bay right there, and the convention center right there at the end. Yeah, Michael, that's the other thing too, and I think about that after I mention the folks from the other streamers here on my channel, and then I'm like, oops, for the East Coast folks, because it's like you know, like Papi Chulo and Jojo the Squirrel, they go. Well, Papi Chulo's been doing earlier starts at like 9 or 10 Pacific, so but that's still midnight East Coast. And then like Jojo goes live at like sometime now lately. It's been after midnight. So yeah, 3 a.m. on the East Coast. And what's the stat? I think it's like 50% of the population in the country lives east of the Mississippi River. So 50% of the population pretty much in the eastern and most of the central time zones. So yeah, I try and keep that in mind when it comes to scheduling live streams for this channel, because I don't want folks to be like, whoa, where's my lane going? Wow. So you see the little bots dots. So I have permission. So I'm going to say that shout out to 7-Eleven man, who, oh, by the way, is Tobin. Thank you so very, very much for all you do for this channel, Tobin. We really appreciate you very, very much. 7-Eleven man. I wasn't sure if I could reveal that, so I asked him yesterday if I could reveal that in an upcoming video, and he said sure thing. So wanted to shout out 7-Eleven man as we sit here in front of McDonald's on the Las Vegas Strip. The other thing I didn't notice too was that the thank you, Tobin. Yeah, man. The torch there at Gordon Ramsay's at the Flamingo it's like an LED screen, right? It's all fire for like Gordon Ramsay, I guess, to advertise him or whatever, which is really interesting. I hadn't noticed that, so I'm going to be sure to point that out here this evening. Liquor outlet there. Sayulitas. That's that, it's Mexican and Filipino, it says there, yeah. So yeah, I will be doing a Jollibee, definitely. I want to go in there with my wife and bring our boys. That can be kind of problematic, but I will be doing a video one way or the other in there, for sure. Michigan, that's a drive. Yikes. Oh, I got Washington State right in front of me, Tobin. So the lights here are blue on part of Mandalay Bay. Usually they're always yellow or gold or whatever. Those are actually blue, and only some of them. That's interesting. I wonder what that's about. Yes, Lucas, absolutely. The Cuban sandwiches especially, yeah. God. Little Havana down there. The ocean, that's the one thing I miss the most. That's the one thing they don't have here in Vegas. But otherwise, they have quite a few Cuban restaurants here now in Vegas. So it's become a little more reminiscent of home and growing up and stuff. I actually used to run a roach coach, they called it, right? The food truck, back before food trucks were popular. I had one with like the silver or the stainless steel back on it or whatever. And I would drive down to Hialeah every day because that's where my commissary was. And so they don't speak any English in Hialeah. And I had not learned Spanish very much of it at all at that point. So there's Excalibur there. So that was a lot of fun. Atlantic Ocean, Pacific, absolutely. Transcontinental, pretty mama. Helicopter going right there. I think that might be one of the tour helicopters, I'm not sure. Yeah, I used to have to drive down to, and it's always fun going down, and for anyone that's never been, the city of Miami, the numbering system is very easy. It's all numbers, pretty much. It's not like here, where everything's named. Once you get outside of the downtown core area, everything's named, so it's, you know, not so much nowadays, but back in the days before GPS, it'd be a little difficult to try and find an address because, you know, you wouldn't have street numbers to go by. But down there in Miami, everything's street numbers. But then all of a sudden, when you get into Hialeah, all the street numbers are changed. They have their own numbering system. So it was really, really confusing down there. And then I'd go into the commissary and stuff, and I had to learn how to speak numbers in Spanish very quickly, because that's, you know, the language of money, right? Down there in Hialeah. So I had to know how much I was spending and how much everything was and all that. But those were the good old days. Back in the 90s, down there in Hialeah. There's the medieval themetry there. At Excalibur. And the huge lion, so yay, we finally got past that, we got the red light and we're past that pedestrian crosswalk. So there is the massive lion out in front of what is soon to become Disco Ball MGM Grand. And then New York there. Hey, Robert. Korean and Mexican, huh? Comex. Thank you for being here, Robert. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that very much. Oh, don't block our view. Statue of Liberty there. Absolutely. Oh, yes, that's right. You were there. Yes. So last week I'm there on Fremont Street, and I like to go in there just to see who's live down on Fremont Street, so I can go find them and say hi. And so I saw Cali Plains down there, and I'm like, what? What's going on? He's never in Vegas, but I mean, I know he did a live stream, Robert, at LAS, like, was that a month ago or something? So I remember that, but I'm like, he's on Fremont? What? So I'm like, okay, and I'm seeing his video, and he's like 2 blocks down from me. He's down by the 3rd Street stage, and I was sitting down by the 1st Street stage, and I was actually in having some Stromboli, actually, down at Whiskey Liquor. So I was seated, and I couldn't get up and leave my seat to go walk over to him. So I'm like, all right, head back down the other way towards Circa. And so I'm watching the live stream, and he's going the other way. He's going towards the Leonopolis over that way. And I'm like, no, that's the wrong direction, buddy. Where are you going? I'm trying to hurry up and eat as fast as I can so I can get out of there. And so I'm telling him, I'm telling him in his chat, walk more towards Circa, walk more towards Circa. And finally he turned around and starts walking back and stuff. So went out and found him there in front of First Street Stage as we passed New York, and then all of the, look at that, that's a huge LED screen. And went down there and found him, and I'm like, holy cow. I went up to him and I said to him, Robert, I'm like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And my wife's like, you should have said, what in the world? Because he also says that a lot, right, in his streams. And I forgot to say that to him, but that was fun, man. That was a lot of fun getting to meet him, because I've been watching him for years. And he sits out in the rain, certainly at San Fran Airport there, and does live streams, plane spotting and stuff. That is dedication. That cold, wet rain, well, of course rain's wet, but that cold, wet region of the country to stand out there and do that's dedication. Yes, Lucas, absolutely. The big ones. Honestly, I'd be worried in New York, to be honest with you. I'd be worried about, especially in Midtown nowadays, getting robbed doing a live stream there. Probably Rome, because my wife is partially Italian, and I know she would love to go there. I think so. I would say Rome, but she's also been to Tokyo, and I know she liked Tokyo as well. So it would probably be a coin flip between those two for me. Yeah, definitely. Hard Rock over here on the, or at least the Hard Rock Cafe here on the right. Ross Dress for Less. Burlington Park MGM right there. So I think some of you, I know Tobin, you've seen it, the video I did. So earlier this week, I actually got out. Yeah, Dubai would be cool, especially once they get their sphere built. Lucas, that would be really cool. You're right, Pretty Mama. Once they get their sphere built, which is supposed to be bigger and better than this one, that would be really awesome. So yeah, I went to Bellagio this week and took some video there. Wanted to get the fountains and stuff, because I've been saying, you know, I need to go down and do more of the strip, more of the strip, more of the strip. So I finally got down here. Very proud of myself. I got to be able to do that. So I put those videos up there, and YouTube introduced a new wrinkle to its subscription feature. Well, not a subscription. It's for the members' videos or something like that. And it's like, you know, you should try it, blah blah blah. And I found in the past, when I have kind of ignored those emails, that things aren't going well for the channel. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to start doing what they're recommending or something. So that's what I did, and that's why some of them, they say that members only or whatever in the future, but they're still going to be released at the same time that they ordinarily would have, and all that. So don't worry, nothing else has changed. They're still the same time, same frequency, same day, and all that. So nothing's changed there. Wanted to be sure that I mentioned that. But yeah, I took the tram down to Cosmo because I wanted to get in front of the chandelier bar. And I left way too much room in front of myself so that this cabbie could jump right in front of me. Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club at, it says Late Night LA, or L and the number 8. And I can't block the intersection. Yes, Pretty Mama, absolutely. That's the only way to do it. First class in the 380. That would be awesome. So this is where we start buffering, right around this area here at Harmon. So let me see if I can try and get through this intersection here. Without sitting here. This again is where they turn right in front of us, coming at us from the southbound lanes for the F1 race, Formula 1 race in November. which again, the numbers were down in November, which runs counter to what they've been saying. Formula One was supposed to bring in all this extra money here into town, and that did not happen, evidently, this last November, as we look at crystal shops and veer towers. The towers actually kind of veer and look like the letter V, sort of, because they don't stand straight up at 90 degrees. They kind of lean a little bit. So another little feature here in Vegas. Yeah, and then I went up to the top of the Strat, and I did those videos too. So that was really awesome, being able to go up there. I've been up there before, but it was nice to go up there during happy hour, which was cool because it's Monday through Thursday, 3 to 7. So Michael, you're gonna be here in 2 weeks. That's a good spot for happy hour, I think, because it was two for one is the special, and it's 3 to 7, Monday through Thursday. And so that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find any happy hour deals in this town anymore, but that's definitely a good one. And you get to sit up there in this, you know, you can either sit at a high top table, or you can sit like at a little lounge, like a little love seat lounge thing that they have there. Oh, where's that? At the top of the Strat, Michael, up the 108th floor there. The observation deck at the top of the Strat. Yeah, it's happy hour Monday through Thursday, 3 to 7 p.m. And it's pretty much, it's 2 for 1. So I went in there and had a couple drinks and just took in the sunset, and they were playing music, so I couldn't do a live. I'm deathly afraid of copyright, and I've seen other live streamers who end up getting their channels suspended or even banned because of music being played. So that scares the you-know-what out of me, and I'm like, no. And I know everyone does it. Everyone streams with music in it, but I just get very conservative when it comes to endangering the channel. So, but I would have actually done a sunset video there. That was awesome, sitting up there and watching the sunset, and then watching nightfall around town. And it's funny because when you're up there, it is a good deal, definitely nowadays, especially. Yeah, yeah. I think it was like $12, so it was 2 for 1, and it was $6 a beer, essentially. Which isn't bad because, you know, given that they're charging, I think at that Legacy Club, which has kind of the, you know, it's a similar type of thing with almost a similar view, only it doesn't include the Strat. No, I'm sorry, it does include the Strat, whereas the Strat, you're looking closer to the Strip, but you're still looking north to south. And so, this big limo wants in. It's, I think it was $16. Is that what, Tobin, you looked that up? Was it 16 for a beer at Legacy Club? There at the top of the Circa? That's just wild. There is the aforementioned Bellagio, well, the trees are obscuring it there. And the Cosmo right there. And if you haven't seen that chandelier bar in there, highly recommend it. You got to get a million selfies in front of that thing. That is incredible. I think. It's 2 stories, extends down. They have a bar. Oh, the fountains are going. I can't zoom in over there, though. Shoot. I got the trees in the way. But it's the bottom of the hour. I can't tell what song they're playing over there. Actually, you know, when I was there on earlier this week doing the fountains, they were playing Glad to Be an American. So that was, you know, very patriotic. They did that. But they didn't have the lights going because it was during the day. But that was a cool little thing that they, because usually it's like old Vegas stuff. Well, I've heard them do some Lady Gaga and stuff too for the fountains show. But it's nice when they do a little Sinatra and stuff. Wow, wow, poor from London. Wow, that's a long trip too. Huh. 16, okay, yeah, so $16 for a beer, for one beer there at Legacy Club on top of the Circa, which is billed as the 60th floor, but as Tobin has taught me, that's a marketing ploy. It's really the 35th floor there at the Circa. It's a great view, though. I mean, it's still in the chat there. Sal, that was the view that I showed Sal. We didn't stop and have a drink or anything. I just showed him around, showed him the display, the $2.7 million or whatever it was at the time, because gold changes in price every day, of course. There's Bellagio with the fountains going, and the crowds there on the sidewalk in front, and people cutting me off. Good times sitting in traffic. That is always fun to watch. All these rumors about the fountains going away one day. Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to him, Tobin. Yeah, Walk With Me Tim. I think I'm subscribed to him, because I saw him in Vegas one time. I try and follow the Vegas guys, or Vegas people especially, because I like to know, you know, because I never know what the newest, the latest and greatest is or whatever, because, you know, I'm usually doing the family thing during the week, so I like to learn what's going on out there. But I think he was here once. A huge stack of gold, absolutely, yeah. And Sal asked, so I saw Sal in his stream the next day, or like 2 days later. He was back in San Francisco at the airport, and I went in and said hi in his chat, and he was like, do you think the gold is real there at the Circa? I'm like, yeah, I think it is, because they wouldn't want to put, you know, it's up on the 35th floor, so it's not like people are gonna go up there and do a smash and grab, and it's a pretty long elevator ride on the way down. They probably just stop the elevator on their way down, if there was anything like that. I'm sure that's like bulletproof glass or whatever. Anyway, there's the Flamingo. Someone's revving up a motorcycle engine like crazy for some reason. And there is that LED flame there that I did not notice before. Best brunch on the Strip. Ooh, that's a good one. Do I have any locals watching me right now? If PK was still in here, I would ask him. I'm not exactly sure. That's a very good question. At least twice. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I saw him and I'm like, this guy's cool. I wanna watch him and see what he finds. Oh, best brunch. I've seen like prices for like mimosas and shoot. I passed a place the other day called Harvest. Was that at Bellagio? And I think they were advertising a brunch, but I can't say if it was any good. I just remember seeing the prices. Forum Shops has its own LED screen out in front there. And then Hera's over here, dressed in purple. Lavo. Okay, thank you, Pretty Mama. That's right, you live here. Lavo, okay. And these traveling billboard trucks. Now it's advertising Cirque du Soleil, Mad Apple, and Wild Child. Okay. Buffet brunch. Oh my. That's an even more difficult question given that, and here's Mirage. Current situation at the Mirage. The crane's still doing their thing out front. The buffet is very quickly going the way of the dodo bird here. I'm gonna have to look into that, Michael. I'll have to get back to you. I'll ask around. In fact, when I see Planet Chaos later, I'll ask him, because he knows a lot of stuff that goes on down on the Strip. And you're at Cosmo? You're staying at Cosmo? Because that's their hangout. They love Cosmo. So I'm sure they know a lot about what goes on there. And that the Mexican restaurant that just opened up there, Amaya, or Amayo. But I don't know if they do brunch there. Aria, okay, so right next to it, cool. Okay. I will definitely ask and let you know, buddy. Buffet brunch. I've never even seen one advertised. And the only buffets that I see like online on Facebook groups and stuff now are like at Caesars, the Bacchanal or whatever. And that's like, what, almost $100. I think the Bellagio has one too, but I didn't see it. I think I was in between hours when I was there, so I didn't get to see it open. Have Venetian and Palazzo over here on the left. I'm sorry, on the right. Treasure Island on the left. And the crowds, I mean, it looks somewhat, it looks better than it did last weekend, but I can't say it's packed. We look here in front of the Venetian here at the gondolas. I don't think that's, yeah, I don't think that would qualify as packed. You have Gillies over here on the left, out in front of Treasure Island. Treasure Island, again, one of the only places left here on the Strip with free parking as we approach Fashion Show Mall. So another thing too, Tobin, last night on Steven's stream on Not Leaving Las Vegas, someone in his chat asked if Macy's at Fashion Show was closing. And it was open when he went to open the door to get. Oh, you saw it. Okay, good. Good. Thank you, Tobin. Right on. I totally, yeah, I blanked on it. Good. What's the name of that buffet there, Tobin? At Bellagio? There's Fashion Show there. Fashion Show Mall. Davidoff of Geneva Cigar Bar there. Dunkin' Donuts. Needless Markup over there. Here at the south end of Fashion Show. Maggiano's Little Italy. I'm not sure if that's the one that Planet Chaos was at last night or not. I'll have to ask him, because I know they were at Maggiano's. He said it in his chat. Okay, no problem, Tobin. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get back to you on it, Michael. I'll drop a comment. So this is Fashion Show Drive. I'm going to go down here and see if I can get the ceiling of that covering there that I have missed. I didn't even realize it was there. So yeah, 40%. Numbers down 40%. What's that old saying that there's lies, damn lies, and statistics, right? And then you put out there 40% down from the Super Bowl last year. Resorts World there on the left. Hopefully I don't start buffering in this area sitting at the light. Yes, thank you, Pretty Mama. She's a wealth of information here in Vegas. She is very, very knowledgeable about a lot of things here. Zouk nightclub, that's supposed to be the one, so it's in green writing right there on the side, the right side of Resorts World in front of us. And that's the one that's supposed to be the best nightclub in Vegas. I'm not sure how they arrived at that determination. Nice. Right on, Michael. The buffet at Bellagio. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for looking that up, Tobin. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, so, Italian. There's so much Italian down on the Strip, too. Yeah, you'll have no shortage for sure. No shortage of options. There's a dog walking there, huh? Take a look over here at the entrance to the Wynn. That's cool. Right on, Tobin. Thank you. So that is the world's second largest LED screen right there on the side of Resorts World. First largest is over here behind, just back behind us, behind Venetian and Palazzo at LED, the Sphere. First largest, world's largest. Oh, running red lights. So here we go. And the third largest is over all of the pedestrians below at Fremont Street. You gonna try going down to Fremont Street at all, Michael? I don't know where the lane is on this road, or if there's just one or two. Oh, there's just one stop there, it says. Okay. Forever 21. Someone is holding a flag, a little tiny flag, out of that car in front of us. I'll have to try that one out, Michael. Yeah, Carbone. I've never been there. Is it Carbone or Carboni? One of those. Oh boy, we've got some traffic up here. It wasn't this busy last night. Yeah, Saturdays are definitely better than Fridays. But I want to get in here and just show you the ceiling here. He's gonna ask me, what are you doing here? And I'm gonna say, I have no idea. Where am I? Or in Spanish, perdón, estoy perdido, which I believe means I've lost my way. Oop, well, now we're both, are these guys both Uber? Hey, brother, I just want to pass through. Yeah. Are these Ubers? Okay. I couldn't hear what he said. He said I was going to have to wait a minute, but I asked him if these were Ubers, and the bus revved up there behind me. But that's all right. We're in no rush. It's the Popo over here. That's always out here now. Hey, Tennessee, welcome. Welcome, thank you for being here. No, it doesn't, right? He's probably just hanging out. Telling everyone what to do. Could you imagine? Oh my God, how wild would that be? So they haven't done this in the previous weeks that we've been here? So now they have people directing traffic out here? This is interesting. Yes, exactly, Henry. Okay, I'll go that way. All right, so here we go. Ballet. So here is the ceiling up there. And yep, you can see it right there. Those are the blast marks from the... There. Wow. There on both sides, lining both sides there. And it looks like they all have been charred somewhat there. Huh. Right out here in front of the hotel. I had not noticed that before. Very crazy, right, Henry? Wow. I thought the Uber would be the Uber lane would be faster than the valet lane, but I was apparently wrong. And go around you guys, and we'll go over here. You guys are all trying to park? Wow, they are. Parking garage is packed. Nordstrom there. That guy's working for tips. Wow, could you imagine? That's funny. Okay, now I gotta make a U-turn here. So you go ahead and do your thing. You want to turn left now. You wanted to turn right a minute ago. Now you want to turn left. Okay. So back eastbound here on Fashion Show Drive, they actually have, look at that, they have little lights in the pavement there for the crosswalk. Yes, Michael, isn't that interesting? The details have not been very voluminous. Just that it happened and that's it. Very eerily reminiscent of October 1st, 2017 as well. Wow, that Tahoe just blew through the stop sign. Oh, okay. Yeah, this end is definitely busier than most of the Saturdays we've seen before. There's something going on up here at Fashion Show, because I have not seen it like this. Maybe there's some sort of show or something here this evening. Yeah, Tobin, probably. Yeah. You're probably right. Oh, and there's the girls. The traveling billboard for the girls there. Oh boy. I'm gonna try and go down by the Sphere here. Hopefully I don't buffer. Blackout. That you dine in the dark. I don't know what the appeal of that is, but that's the name of the place that just on that billboard that just drove by. Dining in the dark. I mean, if it was like dancing in the dark, I would certainly understand that. Bruce Springsteen talked about it. Yeah, one of the things I do like about Steven's channel, in addition to the economics information that he comes up with, as well as I also enjoy the talk about music. He really loves his music, Tobin. He's really into. I mean, last night he was talking about Nirvana and all. I guess somebody asked him in the chat what his favorite Nirvana song was. And so he was starting, in fact, he did like a chat GPT search for their entire library of songs so he could pick it. But I definitely share that with him, his fondness and affinity for music. Thank you all so very much for being here. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate all of you being here. Venetian there on the left. Grand Canal Shops. I never noticed that before. So the marquee at the top of Venetian has the, let's call them dynamic lights that all blink or flash or whatever it's called. So I don't know if that's going to come out there. Oh. Yeah, so they all, it's like, ew, no. It's like they dance around. Okay, so like they do right here on Wynn, on the Wynn side. Well, you can't see that because of the LED there. They're all doing that. Huh. I'll have to figure out a better way to explain that. As we go up here to try and make the light. At Sands. And so Sands becomes Spring Mountain Road right there. Thank you, Tobin. I appreciate that. Yes, Joseph, absolutely. So could I. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and then you have to sit there with people you don't know, right? I'm guessing. I don't know. I've never been there, so I don't know how they do it, but yeah, you sit there and eat with people you don't know in the dark. That's weird. So the marquee at the top of Treasure Island See how the lights kind of dance around? They're movement, that they're not static, they're not totally still. They all move and blink around within the confines of the shape of the letter that they're in. They do that on the top of the Venetian as well, and at the sign at the Wynn. And it looks like the Palazzo has the same, could have the same, but it's not moving right now, so. Interesting. These LEDs everywhere. I tell you what, if you come from like, I don't know, Podunk, America, to this town for the first time and it's your first visit to a big city, I think you'd be overwhelmed with all these LEDs everywhere and everything. It's like a sports bar on steroids. The Sphere Experience. Postcard from Earth. And now advertising Tau. The Cove Bar and Arcade. So what is the thing with the arcades coming up now? Because they just opened up that new arcade down there at Fremont Street. And they've had the, what is it, Raised by Wolves? Is that the name of the one? Oh, no, Crash and Burn. I think that's the name of the arcade there at Neonopolis. They've had that there, and now they're opening up one at Treasure Island. I call it a gateway drug, an arcade. It's just, they're preparing you. They're preparing you for the casino. Temperature outside reads about 64 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. Social Flight Club. I've never noticed that. Mont Blanc. Doing its thing. Got the green. Yeah, see the walkway overhead here, even to watch the Sphere, is not very busy. It's a kids' casino. Exactly. Yes. Steal that one from you, Michael. Kids' casino. There you go. 28. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, so we had the snow that came through. I started the video by talking about that. Anyone joining since? So we had the storm that came through here on Thursday, 2 days ago, and it snowed up at Mount Charleston. And I went up there and did some videos up there in the snow today. Not personally in the snow, but of the snow. Yeah, Tobin, yeah. It's especially with the gambling, right? Because it's like I don't understand the table games. I never got into them. I never, you know, it just, the whole idea of losing my money that I work for and stuff, it just never really appealed to me. So I never bothered to learn or get into it. But yeah, I mean, especially in the casinos, you go in there and you're like, what are they doing? They're all just standing around this table doing something. So yeah, Michael, it was raining, and it was that was our first rain that we'd had in over 200 days. I think it was 214 days or something like that. Have this police unit facing the wrong way here. That's a little unnerving. And we did get some rain. There was a lot of it. In fact, I saw some videos on Facebook of the Cosmo, the parking garage at the Cosmo, as well as the Link. The Link almost always, the parking garage at Link almost always floods anytime we get any significant rain here. I guess it's just low enough or whatever that that tends to happen quite a bit. Let me know if you can, if it starts to buffer at all, because the Sphere tends to do that to me over here. And I don't want to lose you guys. Kids Casino, I like that. That's good. And that one down on Fremont, it's called In the Game, which I'm sure has to be some sort of play on and you know, help you remember gaming through EA Sports, the video game maker. Because they say on EA Sports, it's in the game. So I'm sure they took it and they're trying to remind people of that. I didn't see much in the way of video games there itself. It was more like, you know, the like arcade type of games, like we see at a carnival too, that type of stuff. And they had like a big punching bag there that you can punch and see how hard you can hit it and all that. And they had a little bar at the back of the place. Naturally. An arcade with a bar. But I guess they do that at Dave & Buster's too, so that's not very unusual, right? Alright, I'm not going to go speeding by you, Metro. I don't even know if he's in there, but I'm not going to take the chance. So there is the Sphere on our right. I didn't know that, Michael. They do. Wow. Huh. So that's a thing, huh? Yeah, oh my gosh, Tobin, you're right. I totally forgot about that. Oh, wow. And Hoover Dam. I need to do that. I need to plan that when it rains, getting out there and getting video of those waterfalls. I need to do that. I totally forgot about that. We were also just so happy that it rained. We were like, yay, such a cleansing experience. It just never happened for like 200 days. So, I'm not sure what event, but so the parking lot here at the Sphere is jammed. I'm to the south. I'm going to go down here real quick and see if I can turn around, but I'm not going to stay here. Guys, a glimpse of the Sphere here on the left. Yeah, so Michael, you haven't been here for the Sphere, right? This is behind Venetian and Palazzo. Your best bet is just to walk through them and come to the back side of both of these. They'll probably have signs all over the place too. Uh-oh, dropping. Sorry. Okay, let me get out of here. Make a left. Uh-oh, and there's a line in front of me here too. Is that a line to get in or out? Let me see what I got here. Yeah, there's waterfalls. I wish I'd... Oh, man, I wish I'd remember that. This guy is directing traffic. Big spaceship. And you've got a stop sign, Mr. Taxi, so you just hang out right there. You have a stop sign, buddy. Sorry. What is this guy doing? Yeah, you have to have your head on a swivel for sure down here on the strip. Are we doing okay? I know Cobol also does it to me too. See the high roller there, the Ferris wheel right there? I need to do a video from there too. It lasts about 30 minutes all the way around there on the high roller. Really, really cool because you get to see. And, oh gosh, why didn't I think of this sooner? And you're going to be able to see the Sphere. A pretty unobstructed view of the Sphere from the high roller. Why did I not think of that sooner? So you'd have about a 15-minute show based upon the fact that I can only see half the Sphere. I'm sorry, half of the high roller. And the high roller the whole thing takes about 34 minutes or something, I think. So you get about 15 minutes. Some of those pods there on the high roller actually have a bartender in them. So you can get some booze while you're in there, if that's your thing. That's a 2-for-1 right there. Get on the high roller and see the Sphere at the same time. So there you go, Michael. Yes, thank you, taxi man. I can't go anywhere. No bathrooms, that's true. Yeah, you definitely have to make sure you take care of that beforehand. Absolutely. Yeah, that's so these are the apartments over here. They were all complaining. And so you see the light off the Sphere bouncing off those apartments? Which is funny now because you can see the inside of some of those apartments. So they have their curtains open. But they were complaining at night. They were saying it's so bright, even with the curtains and the blinds closed, you can't even see the. Yeah, I can't even sleep because it's too bright. The light from the sphere. But they didn't plan this very well when it comes to traffic. Excellent plan, Michael. Yeah, especially now that I realized it's right. Yeah, it's right there. You could just do a little 15-minute show from the high roller there looking at the sphere. I don't know why I never put that together before. And they play music in there too at the at least the one that I was on the one time. They play music in the pods there on the high roller. Let me see. So we're all down to one lane. I don't know if these guys are all turning to the right. I'll get us out of here in a minute. So yeah, I looked at the weather and it's like every day the rest of the week is supposed to be like, 0 or 1% chance of rain. The rest of the week, and we were all like depressed after we saw that. We're like, oh, because you get rain all day. I mean, it rained all day Thursday, and at times it was heavy, which again is really rare here. Tobin, how long did you live here? And you lived out in the northwest, off of like the Centennial area, right? Yeah, they have Henderson police over here. So those guys are on detail, getting paid overtime. The big bucks. Oh, the little what do they call those? The little bicycle powered jitney, I think it's what it's called. I'll go out this way here. Harris and Venetian, okay. And there's another Henderson unit right there. Head back out here to Sands. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. Hope not to. Let's see if I can get over here. I'll just have to maneuver our way over. You can see all the people there in the crosswalk overhead that are heading over to the Sphere. I'm not sure. It looks like it's probably a concert because it's way busier than a normal Saturday night. So they may have like the Eagles or something going on there. Because I thought the Eagles they had a few shows here. Oh, okay. My bad. Gotcha. Thanks, Tobin. Yeah, I forgot about that. The Venetian Expo. Yeah, so you see how the lights are dancing? Well, it's blurry in the video, but that dancing lights, it's like a dynamic type of effect instead of a static effect. Okay. And then one of these taxis will have to be departing at some point. There we go, and there we go. And here's another entrance here. On the side of the Wynn. The size of those big pots on the top. Right there. Those things are huge. And then looking straight up the side of Palazzo. Wynn South Gate. With fashion show and then the Trump right there behind it. So you get all kinds of different views here. It's good to get off the strip and just kind of look at it from different aspects and viewpoints. There's a Benz, I don't know if that came out in the video, there's a Benz limo that's in a wrap that looks, it's all like multicolored. I don't know which way he's going. I'd like to get that on here for you guys. It's interesting. Looks like a Benz. Make a right here onto Las Vegas Boulevard. Head back northbound. here. There it is, right in front of us. Is it a Benz or an Infinity? I can't even tell what that logo is. It's an Infinity. But it's definitely eye-catching. Did you guys see that big Raiders logo on the side of Resorts World? Nice, Brian, welcome. Thank you so much. No longer own that house. Oh, wow. Yeah. Homes here, living here is definitely a unique experience, because your roof only lasts a certain amount of time and other things only last a certain amount of time. Vegas VIP, it says there. That's pretty cool. And like I mean, it just, so many things just fall apart here in the desert. You know, things that you wouldn't expect, like, well, certainly the AC. I've been told you're lucky to get 15 years out of your AC unit in this town. I had another guy tell me that it was 20 years, but that seems to be the consensus, between 15 and 20 years. And after that, any additional time you get, because it's so hot here. And then, of course, because in the summertime, I've been told that your AC, once it gets above a certain temperature here, so like last year, we hit 120 quite a few times. And your AC can only keep it 30 degrees cooler than what it is outside. So there were days where it was like 90 degrees inside. I'm like, wow. Time to go to the casino. Because those guys are going to be nice and chilly inside. And they'll put stuff in the local news and stuff and all that about, like, go to the library, or go to, it does destroy, absolutely, Tobin, yes. Hey, Linda, welcome to the chat. And the video, thank you so much for being here. It really does destroy things. And it's funny because up in the high desert, like the Army has that, Tobin, I'm sure you've seen it on the way out there to, on US 95 in Hawthorne, on the way between here and Reno. They have an Army depot out there at Hawthorne that they use in the high desert. So the military likes to use the high desert to preserve its vehicles. And then they have another one out north of Reno as well, an Army depot as well out there. So they use, it's like 4,400 or whatever elevation in Reno, that area. So it's high desert, and they definitely like to use it to preserve their vehicles out there. But down here, no way. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of military vehicles other than the planes, the Air Force Base, of course. But and then they have Creech Air Force Base out there on. Awesome, Linda, thank you. Creech Air Force Base out there on US 95 on the way out to on the way up to Reno, in between here and Beatty, another little podunk town with a speed limit that drops down to 25 when you go through it. It's huge, yeah. You go like, that's the whole town essentially, that whole Army depot, and then you curve around it or whatever. They have the bypass, and it's actually better to go through the truck bypass than it is to actually go through the town, because then you don't get stopped at all those little lights and stuff along the way, I've found. So I just do the truck route around town. But even still, they have all the railroads and stuff that they use to move assets on the depot and stuff all over the place. And it's perched right there at the base of the mountains, the one in Hawthorne there. And there is the Strat on this Saturday night. Being there the other night, a weeknight earlier this week, it was it really wasn't that crowded up there. And it's interesting being up there, especially at sunset, because everyone that was there was pretty much looking at this end, right? Looking south, looking at the Strip, because that's the one thing everyone knows when they come here. We know the strip, but we don't know what else we're looking at. So the other 270 degrees around the top of the Strat were pretty much empty. Both ways. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that drive, man. I've done that drive many times. It is, brutal. I wish they'd hurry up and just build the interstate that they keep talking about, you know, finishing Interstate 11 and getting it over with, Tobin. That finally, to bypass those little towns and stuff like they did with Boulder City finally, right? And completed Interstate 11 around Boulder City, so you didn't have to go through that town and all of its little tourist traps. So, Tobin, did you see the video about the struts on the Strat yet? Or Strat struts? Strat struts. Strat struts. Because I tried to look at it, being right there at the base, I couldn't tell a thing. So whatever they've done, they've covered it up pretty well. It's yeah, it's no, not yet. Okay, I thought I said it. I'll have to take a look at that when I get home, because I wanted your thoughts on it, because I couldn't tell anything looking up at it. But the Strat it's showing its age, and in my humble opinion, it is kind of showing its ownership in terms of it being owned by the same group that owns PT's Pub locally. Because some of the PT's pubs are really, really nice. Others are not something that you would describe that way. And you can kind of see the age inside the Strat. Some of it just looks a little bit, you know, like definitely in need of a renovation. There is the world's largest gift shop right there. Bonanza Gift and Souvenir Shops. General store, gift shop, mini market, liquor store. You're absolutely right, pretty mama. Yep. And that one only, what is it going on? It'll be 30 next month, right? Open to 96? Or next month, next year. It'll be 30. Yeah. Strat definitely showing its age. Oh, this guy. Walgreens right here at the corner of Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard. Whereas the one up here at Charleston and Las Vegas Boulevard is closed and has been closed for some time. T-shirts 4 for $9.95 right there. See the City of Las Vegas arches. Oh, you could? Okay. I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, these arches are pretty cool to be out here in front of. And then the showgirls over there. It was really windy that night too when I was walking over there over to the showgirls. And I'm like, wow, this is freezing. It was really cold. But you can see Main Street here as it forks off to the left to head downtown. That's actually due north right there, because we're heading northeast here on Las Vegas Boulevard. Las Vegas Boulevard started curving a little bit back there by Harrah's. The arches were installed, so Tobin, please help me here. I think that was 2020 or 2017. Because the showgirls and the arches were right around, well, not right around the same time, but they were pretty close together, I think. But the arches are definitely a great selfie spot. Great, great spot to go in there and get in front of. It's just, it's right out in front of the Strat, and that's what keeps a lot of people away, unfortunately. Come down here to Oakey Boulevard, O-A-K-E-Y. And this Arco over here selling regular unleaded for $3.55 a gallon, cash price, or $3.65 for credits. Peppermint Hippo, Gentlemen's Club there. And then here's another fork in the road. 4th Street cuts off to the left here to head due north. No problem, Linda. Yeah, I think it was right. It wasn't too long ago. Yeah. Because I remember it was right around the time of COVID. I thought it was 2020. Coolsville Tattoo. So they're the home of the $10 tattoos. I don't know if you'd want a $10 tattoo on your body. That probably would not be a good financial or life decision. In my opinion. As we approach Charleston Boulevard here, major east-west artery, and the 7-Eleven over here. Shout out to 7-Eleven, man. 162 7-Elevens here in the greater Las Vegas area. Completed in 2020. Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I thought it was right around COVID. Yeah. Yeah, so the Showgirls were probably 2017 then, I believe. Something like that. There's the billboard for Haunted Museum, which is actually right over here off to the right. And it was what, 56 bucks or something like that to get in? On that Saturday night we drove in there? 56 bucks to get into the Haunted Museum. Oh, thank you, pretty mama. You're awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so for such a big corner, big intersection, to have a Walgreens that is no more. It says there's going to be a furniture store there, but it said that for a while. An auto title loans and payday center over there. And then a closed up Gateway Motel, it says there, behind a chain link fence. Such a big intersection that doesn't have anything on it. In between the Las Vegas Strip and Fremont Street down here, the 1.8 miles it is between Fremont and at least the Strat, even though Clark County does not acknowledge the Strat as being part of the Strip. Oh, look what I'm passing here. I forgot all about this. So here, I always like to pull in here for our viewers who may not be chatting. Oh, there's a Genesis G90. This, if you've seen History Channel's Pawn Stars, may look familiar to you. This is their building right here. And this is Rick's Pawn Plaza. $2 plus tax street tacos, it said there. And there's Rick. Oh, well, the LED's not, it looks like it's washed out in the video. Apologies for that. Sew.co. SEW, so apparel, handbags, sewing supplies, and classes, it says there. Roasted chicken and #1 barbecue in Nevada. Put some South in your mouth, it says. And the pawn shop is actually a fully functional pawn shop. It's open 24 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out here, and there is the front there. Someone that looks like Chumley walking out here in front. That's kind of funny. I had a viewer say that he went in there one time and Chumley was actually in there, but that's the only one that anyone's ever seen in there, I think, because they close it when they're actually doing filming. And I've read now that they do a lot of the filming at another location, like a studio or something now. I haven't seen it in recent years, so I'm not familiar with how they're doing it nowadays. But it was fun back when it first started, but then you just started to see them lowball everybody, and for me it was just like, okay, this is not fun. Best I can do is $10, or whatever the price was that he would tell people. But I got a picture in front of one of the there's a cannon that someone sold there. Got a pressure washer here on the right. Don't want to get near that. And it was a cannon from like World War II or something. Well, no, not from World War II. From like the Civil War or something. And So I was able to get a picture standing next to that thing because I saw that episode and I thought, oh, that's cool. But other than that, what was it that... Hey, Diana, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go up here to Stewart and make a left. So this is packed, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of traffic down here compared to previous Saturday nights, because we're usually down here right at this time, right? 7:30. And it's usually packed. Yeah, this is... This is interesting. Down here on Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas. Yeah, I read somewhere that even Rick Harrison has said it's a pawn shop that sells t-shirts, or it's a t-shirt shop that doubles as a pawn shop or something like that. But everything in there is so overpriced, so very expensive. I mean, you really have to want something to say that you got it from there. Absolutely, Joseph. Yep, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it was just he started to become kind of callous about it, right? I mean, because it was like, you know, best I can do, whatever, and it was like, oh, but you know, you could tell this guy has some, you know, whoever's selling it has some real emotional attachment to it and stuff. And you can't. There's no price on emotional attachment for people, but for someone that is looking at something objectively, you're not going to be able to do. You know, you can't price that in, and all that. And you're absolutely right, Joseph. Yeah, but it just became to where it was like, God, you're like hurting these people's hearts. Main Street Station right there in front of us, not to be confused with the other station casinos around town, which brings me to a very important point. Vegas Unlocked! Welcome! Thank you for being here, guys. Right on. Vegas Unlocked was just down here last night. They do some awesome live streams down on the Strip on Wednesdays, and then they're down here on Fremont on Friday nights. So please throw them a like and subscribe if you haven't already. They're very, very awesome people. They come down here and on the Strip, and they just have fun. And that's what I think this whole thing should be. You know, the whole live streaming thing, it should just be fun. If you're not enjoying it, right, why do it? And they're very good at it. Very, very good. Naturals. So please throw them a like and subscribe. Awesome for being here. Yes, Henry. In fact, I need to get video in there. I've still not been in there. Oh, we got the people crossing here. Yeah, just take your time. No big deal. The Plaza Hotel and Casino here on the right, the facade of which was used in the movie Back to the Future 2. It was Biff's Pleasure Palace in that movie. And then here on the left, we've got Fremont Street Experience. The west end of it, that is. Just had a motorcycle cop pass in front of us. I need to keep an eye on him. Usually never see motorcycle cops down here. This is very unusual. So the crowds, I think it's been crowded, really. I mean, not crowded, but more crowded than usual down here. Also featured in Cool World. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Pretty Mom. I keep forgetting about Cool World. Yes, the plaza. So I like to drive down here just for fun because I love showing this sign to you guys. And there it is. I've got a taxi behind me. And now this guy's gonna block it. But there it is. $50. $50 to park inside Golden Nugget parking garage here on a Saturday night. 50 bucks. That is just wild. You can go down to El Cortez and pay $5. You gotta walk a little bit further, but I mean, I get it. Location, location, location. Convenience and all that, but yikes. Vegas Unlocked. Vegas Unlocked, that we had Planet Chaos in the chat earlier. Are you familiar with his channel? With their channel, he and his wife? This is a great night. Got the other streamers right on. Yeah, Vegas Unlocked, they're really, really fun. They like to hang out in front of the concerts that the local bands do here. They do, they have like Alter Ego and Bling. I think Bling was there last night when you guys were doing your live. Awesome. Yes, and PK is supposed to be down here tonight too. Vegas Unlocked. So I can only go right. Oh wait, no. I don't know what you guys did here. So they've got the event center blocked off here. So some sort of event going on in there. Oh yeah, look, they've got the there's like fog or something they got going inside the stage, and I see it looks like they've got some sort of umbrellas or something in there. I'm not sure what that is. It's interesting. Shoot, I was just holding the phone and Metro just drove by me. Sugar, yes, that's what it was. Sugar. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sugar, Bling, Alter Ego's another local one. I like Alter Ego. I think they're pretty cool, as well as Spandex Nation. Peter from Spandex Nation, really, really cool guy. He has his own channel as well. So if you're unfamiliar with Spandex Nation, feel free to throw them a like and subscribe as well. He's really, really good people. Really, really nice in person. And that's what I love about this community, our Vegas live streaming community. People are just as real in person as they are on camera. And that's awesome to see, because usually, well, I can't say usually. You never know. You never know what you're going to run into. I have run into one local streamer down here that was not a fun experience for me. That was not as pleasant in person as they were on the camera. But that's okay, because it's the... Thank you, pretty mama. Yes, awesome. I would, actually. Yes, Henry, I just saw that, yeah. Yeah, because I've seen that actually work for Jeremy in LA. Yeah, he did LA-OC TV. As we come up here to the Fremont Street Experience. LA-OC TV. He now lives in Denver. He's supposed to be doing live streams every once in a while in LA. But my wife and I watched him like every weekend, Friday and Saturday nights, and he would get pulled over. He's one of those stringers, or a guy that drives around, and there goes the zip liners there. He would drive around and do, and then get the stragglers here, of course. And get photos from, like, he would follow the police scanners and go to like crime scenes and stuff. Looks like a Chevelle over there, Tobin, on the left. No, it's 4-door. That's cool. Here is Fremont. Yes, pretty mama, you're right, absolutely right. So what happened was, so he was one of those guys that went around and got a bunch, he would follow the police scanners or stuff, which we can't do here in Vegas because we're locked out of it. And go to crime scenes and stuff, take pictures, and then try and sell those pictures to local news outlets, etc. Well, there's a bunch of competition in LA for the guys in that industry going around trying to get pictures of all of that stuff. So one of the people that he actually was friends with at one point, they were in competition with each other, and they had a falling out because, of course, they're both competing for the same product, trying to get photos to sell to news outlets. And for whatever reason, they had a falling out, and it turns out that the guy that he had the falling out with swatted him. If you're unfamiliar with the term swatting, it means he called the police on Jeremy to tell him that Jeremy was driving around with all sorts of illegal weapons in his car and could be a threat or whatever. So during that stream, and I think it's still up on YouTube, it was back in July, of last year. He was driving around. Thank you, Vegas Unlocked. He was driving around LA on a Saturday night. I remember it. Well, maybe it was a Friday night. Anyway, he was driving around, and he looked up and he saw a helicopter, a ghetto bird. It's what we call it, right? The police helicopter, because they usually only fly over the ghetto. They never fly over Summerlin or whatever. And so you would see, he saw it, and he would always be, that was his job, was to be trained to look for that, right? Because he wanted to go where the police were to get the latest and greatest whatever for the news outlets. So he would look up in the sky and find the helicopter. So sure enough, he found a helicopter. He's like, huh, that helicopter seems to be following me. I wonder if he's out to find me. Sure enough, he gets pulled over. They do the felony stop on him, drag him out of the car. This, whatever this is coming the other way, it's a monster truck. It's got all sorts of LEDs on and stuff there. I don't think that's needed, but okay. And they've searched his vehicle, found nothing, but that was the impetus for him leaving town, moving to Denver. His wife, I guess he had went home that night, and his wife told him, essentially, I don't know, and this part I'm guessing about, as we go through the Fremont East District here. This is where usually Vegas Unlocked will start their streams when they come down here on Friday nights. Again, throw them a like and subscribe, please. Very awesome people. Yeah, so he, I guess, went home that night, and I'm guessing this part here, probably his wife probably said, look, this is not worth it. You know, you could have gotten yourself killed out there tonight. And so they moved to Denver. And he said he was going to do live streams in the future in LA. He was always fun to watch, though, because he would drive around. He would tell you everything about the area and stuff. Scientology, really? I didn't know that. Oh my goodness, I didn't know. Wow. Why would they do that? Yeah, Jeremy was a lot of fun to watch. He just had a great personality. Oh, they've got this side blocked for some reason. I don't know what they're doing down here. Oh, someone just got married. Yeah, and so they totally just shut it down and moved to Denver. And so he does live streams in Denver now, but I've never been there. So for me, it's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. $10 a day. So, okay, so it's not $5 tonight, it's $10 for public parking at El Cortez there, Friday through Sunday, $10 a day. But in stark comparison there to Golden Nugget at $50. As we head down Ogden here, because they've got that block down off of Fremont. We're going to go ahead and park, guys. Usually I like to cruise back up Fremont before I end the stream, but they've got it blocked off. So I'm going to probably have to end it here in a few seconds. But thank you all so very, very, very much for being here. I really appreciate each and every single one of you, and I mean that with my whole heart. I would not be out here with it if it weren't for you guys. So thank you so very, very much. Ah, you guys parked. Okay, that's right. That's why you start. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why you start the videos out there. Perfect. All right, cool. Right on. Very fun channel. Yes, please, if you have not met or seen Vegas Unlocked, please do throw them a like and subscribe. Very awesome people. And they do live streams again on Fridays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays down on the Strip usually, and Fridays down here on Fremont. But thank you all so very, very much for being here. I couldn't do this without you. And again, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps recommend us to other viewers, and it helps the almighty algorithm. No problem, Vegas Unlocked. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Love seeing you here. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it's the journey where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Tobin. Thank you to all of my moderators. You guys are terrific. Thank you so much.